welcome back to my channel. You guys need to know that I came straight from the office with my little corporate shirt on. So I'm ready. I'm ready for today. I'm ready to show you what my little heart bought in Paris. So I have a little light set up. Since I'm going to be showing you products, you need to see them, and you can see them on my skin. I have a bare face on for you guys as a preparation for the demonstration. I'm super excited. You know, I knew that Paris obviously had a reputation for being a shopping capital, but what I didn't know is that I would experience that, if that makes sense. I didn't think that I was going to be immune, but I just really loved shopping, and like I mentioned in my other video, thank God that I left, because I think I would have gone in steep debt if I had stayed. I'll start with my skincare that I bought. And mind you, I went to 2 pharmacies, I think, because if I had gone to more, I would have spent more. But my first time, I spent $300. And most of these, I think, were for myself, but there were like maybe 40% were gifts. So obviously you can tell I have some dark circles. My dark circles are genetic, so obviously there's only so much I can do here. I had seen a TikTok recommendation for eye creams, and specifically out of those French eye creams, there was the Marty Derm eye cream set. Oh my god, I finally get to do this. You guys see that? So these come together, it's a set. You have the day cream and you have the night cream. And the day cream, I'll do a quick demo so you can see. It is tinted. Now, my first concern is if you have darker skin, like, what the hell would this be good for? But I will say, like, obviously it's not that great of a match, but it does blend into the skin and kind of become this balm texture. I don't think it would be great for darker skin folks, but I had no idea that it was tinted. I thought it was just going to be a lighter cream for the day. You can see that it's beautifully blending in and brightening this area and kind of acting as my color corrector would. Kind of crazy. And the more that you let it set and blend with your finger, the more it'll just like blend with the skin. So now you can see very different from my beautiful other eye. And you know, I like them both ways. There's a time and a place. The night cream is just as any night cream would be. I'm not totally sure if I've seen a difference just yet. I haven't been too consistent with this one specifically, but it feels really nice. Very light, and while you're sleeping obviously works magic. When I asked the pharmacist to show me where these eye creams were, she brought me to the shelf of the brand Marty Derm, and she recommended this facial exfoliant scrub. And usually, you know, I back away from that. I'm very sensitive skin. I use tazarotene, which is a prescription retinoid. So obviously we have to keep her very pure. You know, why would I put like, I was thinking of like St. Ives facial scrub, and I'm not a fan of that. So I was like, girl, are you sure that this is for sensitive skin? And she was like, absolutely, use it 2 to 3 times a week. And it's funny because, I don't know if you can even see it here, but I am peeling a bit. Before I had this cleanser, I would just kind of let the pieces fall. But now that I have the cleanser, I've noticed a really big difference in that like peel, like the cell turnover when you use a retinoid or a prescription cream like 8313. So I recommend. I really do like this one, and it wasn't that expensive. It has salicylic acid, zinc oxide, and exfoliating microparticles. So I was surprised, you know, for sensitive skin, and it has like those little beads, doesn't ruin my moisture. Now, because I bought $50 worth of Roger & Gallet products, they gave me this cute tote bag. So I'll show you my darling perfumes that I bought. Cafe Roger, and this is the roll-on, so this has maximum concentrate as opposed to perfume. This one has notes of santal, shallot, cafe latte, bergamot, white flowers, and chili. So think like warm and creamy, but still kind of fresh. And it is so cute. And this was 20 euros. So then obviously I'm like, I can't just not get, I have to get more. I can't not just get one. The double negatives are confusing, but you know what I mean. So I got the Jasmine Lollipop roll-on. Super, super cute. The notes for this one are jasmine, fizzy pear, floral, candy, vanilla, liang liang, and good vibes. How cute is that? Do you see the good vibes? Right there. So I can confirm that there are good vibes, and I wore this one a lot during my trip, so the smell reminds me of Paris. So freaking darling. I don't think it's like a tradition for me now to buy a perfume on the trip instead of bringing one with me, because using that perfume throughout the trip gives me this new kind of association in my memories, kind of like how people do a wedding fragrance. So I highly recommend for any travelers, weekend trip, 2-week trip, to buy a perfume and make those memories last. Come on now. And obviously I had to indulge in Caudalie. Now you're saying, Gabby, how the hell did you spend 300 euros at the pharmacy in one go? And honestly, you know it's really not that hard, but just my favorite serums, the Vino Perfect, were 60 euros each. And if you bought 2, you got this toner free. It's the, oh wow, you really can't see anything. It is the Vino Clean Lotion Tonique Hydrate. And I really love this one. This is a really great toner for summer, super light. I usually like milky toners, but I have become a new light toner gal with this one. It has organic rose water and is for all skin types. So hey, but this serum, my skin, I honestly feel like I was just born for bigger and grander things, because why is this the only serum that my skin likes? But it is also so foolproof. So it's 62 times more effective than vitamin C. So my manager uses a SkinCeuticals vitamin C serum, and that is, I think, double the price of this. So that just kind of like gives you a bang for your buck. The only problem is that this is super expensive in the United States. Of course it is. So if you're ever in European territory, buy this serum, and this serum specifically, because you will never find it cheaper, especially in the United States. In the US, this size, the 100 milliliter size, which is the biggest one, is 112, maybe 120. And in Europe, it was half the price, plus conversion, but it's insanely marked up. And if you ever buy Caudalie products, there's a little barcode inside where you can scan for points. And I have enough points for a full-size something on the website. So I love the Vino Perfect serum. I could not recommend it more. So, boom. Now, for a little unsung hero, I think that Caudalie just dropped this product, but they are the bronzing drops. And I don't know if you guys can tell, in the camera you can't really see it, but the skin on my face is a completely different color, because I don't play about that face sunscreen. Remember the Tazarotine? And you can see this little burn that I got here, as I mentioned in my day-to-day itinerary video. So I'm like, how can I match up my face without looking like bronzy and just like flat? So you mix 4 to 6 drops of this into your moisturizer, put it in there, and then in like a half hour you kind of see this glow. So, and I think this was 16 euros, and obviously I've used it many times. I haven't even scratched the surface. So I got this perfume. It's a Vanilla Sun perfume from Roger & Galley. Look how cute. Whoa. So cute, so cute. And the notes, actually, let me read the description for you. The enveloping sweetness of vanilla, bathed in the luminous notes of liang liang, in a sunny ambery fragrance with relaxing benefits. So this one was really viral on TikTok. It was also 20 euros. So I trusted this recommendation. I did try it, obviously, but I feel like it's comparable to fragrances I've used in the past, especially like Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue, which is my personal fave. And then they were so kind not only to give me this bag after I spent $50, they gave me some free samples. Some free samples. So cute. So this Protection Sun Water from Caudalie. Yup. Look at that separation. Boom. Spray this all over your body. I'll put it on my neck. It has little glitter particles that I absolutely adore. I need a little bit more. And it has 50 with the PA++, SPF, UVB, and UVA, which is so key here. The US does not regulate sunscreen like the rest of the world. So I needed something that was easy to put on, but also delicious and kind of luxurious. And I saw that people were really liking this online, so I got one for myself. And I think I should have bought 3 more, but as you know, $300, we had to stop at some point. So in terms of La Roche-Posay, I used the Gentle Cleanser for like the past 2 years, and I still have not made it to the end of that bottle. So obviously I love that brand, but in the past I've used the Cicablast Balm as like a little mask before I go to bed to work on some dark spots, as you can see here. But using prescription cream as I do, you want to control that moisture barrier. So it's a lot cheaper in Europe, so I got that there, so you can see. But in the US, it's probably like $15, maybe for the smaller size. But that's a tried and true, so I had to restock on that. And then I love a watery sun essence sunscreen instead of like cream based, and I got one from Nivea in Japan, and I love that one. There's no white cast, no pilling, no flaking, and no flaking. So I wanted to find something similar with a European sunscreen, and people have recommended the Anthelios UV Immune 400. So I got the tinted version and the regular version, and I'll show you what a watery-ish sunscreen looks like instead of your regular powdery. It just kind of just like blends in so well, and it feels like a moisturizer even though it's not. So the tinted version is pretty tinted, just like a little bit of color, like some other ones that I have. It really just like sticks to the skin and it gives you kind of like a tanning effect. But I did sweat a lot the other day and I had that on and it came off a little bit. So not sure if I completely recommend it for that purpose, but hey, it's a really good sunscreen nonetheless. So now I'm going to go into my Kiko haul. And Kiko is an Italian brand that my grandma personally loves. So I grew up like hearing and seeing her Kiko products. And when I went to Italy in 2022, I was like, okay, I gotta stock up on Kiko. I have to stock up on Kiko. But after COVID, all the Kiko stores in the US, I think, closed because there used to be some like in our mall gone, like not even in like Sephora and stuff. And so when I went to Paris, I was like, okay, this is the time to stock up. And the lady who helped me was super, super nice. I was like, girl, just put everything in the basket. I'll figure it out later because we don't have this in America. And that's quite literally what happened. They ended up having a deal where if you buy 2 things, you get 1 free. And there was a little bit of a language barrier, but she was super sweet. And I was like, this could be free, like this full powder foundation. And Kiko, their price range is probably from like 12 to like 20. So it's not crazy already, but it's still better than something like, I don't know, Elf. It's mid-tier to me. So I got this powder foundation for free because I bought this Spiral Shine Hair Bifastic Definer Spray for when I get out of the shower. And I really enjoyed that. That is, you can really tell the difference from when I put it on versus when I don't. Like any product should, but most products don't. And for my third item, I bought this CC Blur. And it's kind of like a primer. I actually have not tried it since I've gotten back, so maybe I'll try it right now with you guys. And I think it's supposed to act as like a second skin. I don't even remember what it looks like. So it kind of reminds me of the Danessa Myricks Blurring Balm. And I think it's like a prep for what you're about to put on, like when you put on your foundation, your powder or liquid foundation and whatnot. But it also corrects. So let's try it on the side. This is the texture. Interesting. Okay. So it's definitely blurring. I'm not really feeling any pilling. And it is like, do you see that? That is really cool. So it already corrected some red that I have here in this section. And I didn't even put on any foundation. So thanks to the counter girl who recommended a great product. I definitely need to use this and not just keep it in my bag of tricks because I bought so many things. The powder foundation, you know what? I will swatch that for you. Sometimes I made a mistake. Sometimes I make mistakes. My skin was oily when I tried it for the first time, and it kind of ruined the pan. Yes, but I figured it out. So let's try it on this side. And you can see the difference. But I've been using this instead of my liquid dewy foundation, my dewy CC cream, tinted CC cream. And I've been really noticing a difference in how long it lasts. I'm just laughing because I got this going on and this going on, but I'll go up here too. It just kind of evens out like what this should be. You see that? You know? And just gives me a little more life. I guess I'll do the whole thing. Because Lord only knows if I continue this video with half an eye concealed and half a face foundationed. But I'll just do it really quick so I don't let Coco bonkers for the rest of the video. But yeah, I really do like this cream, and I really do like this powder foundation, and I've been learning and appreciating the art of a powder foundation. Cute. So I just decided to take everything off and not look like a crazy person. But yeah, so I've been getting used to powder foundation, especially in the summer. I've heard it's better for oily skin, and I'm like, how does that work if my oily skin's gonna oil it away? But I've been getting better at it. Maybe I will post my routine, but I'm not confident yet. So I would just look at the professionals on TikTok. For my other Kiko products, there was a set and it's crazy to me. Like, all of my Kiko stuff, I probably got like 7 things for like a little less than $100. So that's super cheap per item, and I don't want to do the math because it's been a long day. But I bought this set, and it came with this lip liner and this lip gloss, which is Hello. Do you see that? Do you absolutely see that? And that was €16 together. I just think that's so quality. And then I bought this cool toned classic Kiko lipstick. I don't know if it'll go on right now. I just put some lip gloss on, but super natural. You can't even see it, but I wanted something a little more cool, and I think it's darling. Now, that's it for Kiko, but I highly recommend that you go to the new one if you're in the New York City area at Herald Square in Macy's. They have like a free engraving section within the little booth. You can get the Statue of Liberty or anything, or you could get your name depending on the product that you get. So this is the one that I got today at the Macy's in Herald Square. It is the Unlimited Double Touch, which is a matte lipstick / gloss. It's like a faux gloss, but it apparently does not leave your lips. No transfer. And that is my biggest problem. I feel like every lip product I have transfers somehow. But I was able to get it engraved. Look how darling she is. Y'all see that Libra and that heart? Darling. And I'll swatch it, of course. Let's see. So step 1 is the base color. I went for a little bit of a elevated natural, and this color is 103 Natural Rose. Okay, base 1 on. Now this is the Unlimited Double Touch top coat, kind of like a nail thing. And now I'm kind of confused because it is transferring onto this brush, but I guess that's normal. Unless there's a wait time I don't know about. But I saw this TikTok where this girl, like, literally nothing came off. So we'll see about that. But I think it's super cute. Very classic me. Oh, come on now. A free engraving? The Libra of it all. Come on. So obviously, big Kiko fan. I love them down. And I feel like their stuff is super affordable for the quality that you're getting. And it's always kind of been that way in my memory. But it's a heritage brand and can't go wrong. Now, I got this Beauty Elixir, a soothing glowing complexion spray from Caudalie 2. It was marketed as a setting spray, but I can't say it really sets. I feel like it just makes you glow. So be it. Very refreshing for hot Paris, especially when I was there during the heat wave. And now we're in a heat wave in New York, New Jersey. So it just feels kind of spa-like, and you can't go wrong with that either. So now I've been really loving this eye serum from Aromazone, and it has caffeine, 5% caffeine, and helichrysserum, but I literally feel it tighten my eyes when I put it on in the morning. And maybe I'll also do this on one eye so you can see throughout the video what happens. But it is very refreshing. It has that metal applicator, so it just kind of wakes me up in the morning. Makes me feel like I'm doing something with these friggin' dark circles, but now I got this cream from Azeon. Yes. It is good for dark spots, and as you can see, I am suffering from a bit of those. The camera doesn't really show it, but trust. I have so many little dark acne scars, hair picking scars, and I need something like this to spot correct. And honestly, it's been pretty good. I wouldn't say it's as good as this one Korean cream that I got at a Korean pharmacy last year, but hey, it's definitely something more powerful and cheaper than what you could get here in the US. So I got it. And how could we forget? I mentioned it already in this video. When I got super sunburned, doesn't look like it now. Shout out to my skin jeans. But I got Biafine because your friend here was burning. And Biafine helps relieve the pain, but also heal the skin faster. So it's also a heritage kind of brand, kind of like Nivea in a sense, but this is prescription, so you have to get it at the counter. But this was €7, like hello, it's the size of my head. Hello, Biafine. I'm burnt, but I still have this much left in the tube, and honestly, I attribute to this transition, this tan line, to Biafine. Now, when I first got to my hotel, I saw that they had only shampoo, and with the hair that I have, that's not gonna work, so I had to get conditioner. I went to some random corner grocery store and found some Garnier conditioner, and this is probably like €4, maybe less, maybe €3, and it's just a pure avocado oil conditioner mask, and it smells so good. Oh my god. Reminds me of Paris. But I highly recommend just going to the local grocery store at any time you travel and getting something that I feel like Garnier is more expensive in the US. So, and they have different flavors and smells to try in their country of origin. So I recommend just exploring that whenever you do travel. Now, I think this is my last skin thing. Could you believe it? It's this Nuxe honey lip oil, and I really wanted this. This was a little more expensive. This was €12 for this bullshit, but I do really like it. It's obviously very cute packaging, but the oil, I'm not gonna put it on my lips, but you can see it's very hydrating, but not sticky, and if you taste it, it tastes good. It tastes like honey. And I just wiped it off, but you can see like it leaves that glow on your lips. Now it's not necessarily something I bought in Paris, but what I brought for my travels was the mini set of the Summer Fridays Jet Lag series. This hydration mist, brother, could not recommend it more. I sprayed it on before this video. I sprayed it on after I cleaned my face in the middle of this video. And when I was on the plane, this helped a ton. This helped when I would go to my hotel and nap, wake up again and need a little refresh. I use it in the office, and mind you, I use it religiously and I'm only halfway through, and it is 30 milliliters, 1 ounce. So definitely worth, the whole set was $30, but you have the jet lag serum, and the full size of these I think are literally $30, so you get your money's worth for sure. I do love the mask. This is the jet lag mask, and this is the actual jet lag famous hydration serum. I'll show you a wee bit on the eye that I didn't use, but it's just like a really quick layer that doesn't feel too heavy, especially when you're on a plane. Oh, it just feels so nice. Like, hello. Look at that. Nothing there. A little bit because I used the hydration mist, but you can tell that I put it on this side. And it also came with eye patches, which I used on the plane and I loved. So I do recommend, usually beyond this set, I recommend getting minis, period, because I don't think I go through products enough. Obviously, it depends on your habits. But I don't think I go through products enough for it to be worth the full size. So I usually go mini. Now, I think that's all of my creams. Would you believe it? And I would love to take you to my museum souvenirs. My museum souvenirs. Yes. So this is from the Grand Palais. When I saw Hilma af Klimt's, oh hi there, Hilma af Klimt's collection. And I collect fans everywhere I go, everywhere I travel. And this one, I just like knew it was the first day on the trip. I was like, I need this, and this is gonna be my fan. And it was. So no regrets there. And in the same vein, y'all know I love Hilma. I got a reusable bag of one of my favorite paintings. And it's honestly really big. Oh. It's honestly really big, like, hello, and very darling. Just fit. I like these thicker straps. I feel like these IOQ museum collection, they sometimes come with thinner straps, but these ones were really thick, so that was something that was attractive to me as a bag souvenir buyer. Now on to postcards. Yes! Before I begin, I would just like to take a moment of silence because I bought a mini lighter at Monet's Garden and I cannot find it. And I knew I was gonna lose it, and you guys just have no idea what I'm going through right now, but I thought I put it in here. It's not in there. Wherever it is, I hope it's doing okay. Come out, wherever you are. Well, I'll go through. These are from the Grand Palais. I really love the Grand Palais gift store. The Louvre gift store was kind of bad. I was just like, okay, I guess I'll get a postcard of the Mona Lisa, I guess. But it wasn't anything like, wow, I need to have this. But the Grand Palais was really good. So again, another point for going. But these were my favorite paintings at Hilma's collection, and I usually get my favorite paintings when I visit a museum in postcard form. It just feels like an elevated screenshot of the experience. And this is my Louvre map to give you an idea of how disorganized the Louvre is. How am I gonna figure this out? And that's why I didn't just went with the flow. But I love keeping museum maps as a souvenir. So that's why I'll have it. These are my Louvre favorites. Nike, obviously, she speaks to me in a way that no one else could. This painting from Guérin. Don't know who he is, but this really spoke to me. Just like lifting the sky. Me. I feel that. Venus de Milo, of course. Libra icon. This painting from Ari Scheffer really spoke to me. Like, how do I get like that? How do I feel this in real life? Art makes you feel those things. My twin. Hold up. Pretend I don't have eyebrows though. Yes. That's me. Oh. And it was amazing seeing her in person, as I talked about, but I needed that screenshot to see her up close. Now, obviously I had to get a portrait of my girl, Hilma. Look at her baddie stance. Like, she knew a thing or three. And, of course, my Monet haul. I miss you later. Wherever you are, come home. And here is my ticket to get in. Love collecting that. I just wanted to remember that day and where I was and how beautiful the flowers were and the bloom, and this really feels like a picture. And this is Normandy, France. So, love the water lilies there. I do love the colors in this one. The official name, Figure in Plein Air. Just like, that's summer, babe. That's spring to summer. And I love a good square photo card. Postcard. I'm just like, I want to swim in here. Look at I'm diving in there. And, of course, the Japanese bridge. So beautiful. And shout out to the photo booth in Montmartre. Hello. Yup. So beautiful. So those are my postcards. And in addition to that lost lighter, I will find you. It's so cute too. Oh my god, I'm sick in the head. But I had bought a traditional French lighter. I collect clipper lighters in my travels, mostly European travels. I'm not sure if it's a international thing. Probably is, but so I go to the tabac store and I'm like, hey, like, can I just have one of those like Paris clipper lighters, clipper? And he chose for me, Mr. Tabac Worker. This is like my lighter tarot card. Oh la la. How chic is that? Thank you, sir. And so cute. This is my son, Croissanty. And I got him at the same gift store? At the same gift shop as some postcards that I have not shown you. That will remain a secret because it's in a place that I don't want to get up to get it. But he's so cute. And now, finally, for the hard hitters, y'all. These are testaments to my shopping and curating ability. My Longchamp. Come on over. Now, you may be wondering, yes, girl, like, obviously I had to get the same color as my hair. That's my brand. And it's really not showing up as nicely as I'd like on the camera, but I got the Eiffel Tower engraved in gold, sprinkles. But I sweated so much that it rubbed off. So it's there in spirit, but I did, when I went to the opera to get some souvenirs, I bought this darling keychain, and I feel like the blue and the red go so darling against each other. This little ballet slipper, and I literally have a ballet slipper that looks like that. So it's just so city girl. Yeah. I could not be happier with it. I bring it everywhere, and it's kind of like my day-to-day bag, but it can also be a night bag or a weekend bag, and she's so versatile. This is a large size in the Le Pliage series, but I've been wanting it for literally years. I think maybe 3 or 4 years. So I finally have her, and it feels like adopting a child. As close to I can understand it. Whatever. Now for the grand finale, this is my bag from Kate Lee. If you watched my video when I talked about my day-to-day itinerary, you know that I was only planning to buy my Longchamp bag. And then the French gods were like, baby, no, you need another bag. And they were right. So I saw this creator, I wish I could remember her name, but I was just scrolling through my For You page, and she recommended Kate Lee, this local Parisian brand with locally sourced leather and local designs, local. And I went on the website and I saw this one bag and I just, zoom. It's like, I need to buy this, and I need to have this, and I need to come home. I could just see it clear as day. And here she is for your viewing enjoyment. Came in this darling dust bag. Come on out, girl. Oh. Tell me this isn't the most beautiful color you've ever seen. This design, this perforated leather, okay, and this drop shape, this sewing. I literally, I didn't have a choice. I had to buy it. And it came with an insert that you can take out or attach by the bottoms with these little clippy things. And it's pretty big. I'm like, this came with it? Come on, France, come on. My favorite part is that it matches, the ends match the leather of the bag. Like, that's some Libra shit right there. That is something that if I was in the stew, this Kate Lee stew, that I would advocate for. So again, I would buy that whole store, but this bag specifically just changed my life, and I feel like this is my baby. Like, we're gonna live a long, happy life together, and I want to be buried with it, so who knows what'll happen in the future, but my wishes are clear, and they are now on YouTube. So, yay! But let me bring my baby back. So, that was my France Paris haul. I hope that you enjoyed watching it and that inspires you to buy more things just in life, but especially in your travels, and especially if you go to Paris. My inspiration, Big Ange, once said,
you know what?
We die tomorrow. Shop today.
Listen to me.
Have a great night, y'all. Thank you so much for watching.